is so far, they have played the two best teams in the group. So
Koi on defense, K-Cop on attack.
We saw a little toasty to start off this game. KC and Koi, they've played a lot throughout many iterations of franchise in other leagues, in other tournaments, and never have Koi managed to beat them, and never has it mattered more at 0-2. Pistol round already underway, and it will be KC on the attack side here on their opponent's choice. They chose to start on the aggression, and it looks like Koi are going to match them. An early fight that goes their way and keeps on going. A 4v2 with Zagetsu low.
An early brawl off the bat. Kind of the expectation with the comp change, having that double
just put in proper recall patterns, mate. You don't. I promise you don't want that in this game.
Spot for the spike to be dropped. Not the
Again, we got to have the different from CS. And man, the amount of bad players that then become good because they just spray and learn a pattern is so painful, dude. It's not good.
Change this comp. How much can they fight KC now?
Well, not very well in that fight. Martin dead on the floor, 9 HP on Zagetsu. We'll look to the future rounds for a real battle. And although Zagetsu, he was on the list, he's got a couple aces under his belt. He'll need a 4K here to pass the mark, and he will not come close. Filu with a triple to open it up. A man who has had his struggles here in the league, but his best foot forward starting out this map.
So I kind of want to ask you, obviously we've seen the compositional change coming in from Movistar Koi. Obviously, as said, it looks like a more proactive approach, but I kind of want to look at KC. If you were trying to beat out this double duelist comp, is this the sort of idea that you would be going for?
Potentially. I think it is one of the things.
Feels like a no.
That is definitely one of the things, because I think Karma and Core, especially with this type of comp,
bad players are really good because of the random patterns. Yeah, but that's in ranked anyway. Most people are crap anyway. Dude, as soon as you add recall patterns in it, in my opinion, it ruins too much. You take away so much of the skill aspect. You do add in another skill aspect, but it just becomes all about that one skill aspect instead of like the bursting, moving, crouching kind of angels that we get at the moment.
Be an easy task.
Especially with how big the tagging is in this game, I promise you don't want to see it.
Sometimes you'll see the two pistols brought into a round, giving you a margin for error, but every pick here for KC will be costly on the other side. For now, though, it is only the one to be found.
Already looking good. Batty G will be able to clean things up. 3 players still left standing, but as you said, a little bit more costly than a normal round where maybe you had a couple of pistols in play. But I think from Koi's perspective, maybe just wanting to play that little bit safer, especially when you see some of the talent that's on the other side.
There's plenty of that on both teams.
Who's your highlight then for Movistar Koi?
Filu, bro, his aim looks kind of crazy at the moment.
If I'm honest, if that's the player that I'm looking at on that
roster, just aiming everyone.
It's far and away the one that I'm most excited for. We've not really seen him have that opportunity to really go and show himself at the top level. That's really what I'm looking forward to seeing now.
He's done his time in the tier 2. Now he's on that main stage, a chance to shine. For Koi, this is a round that has few weaknesses with those lost weapons. They'll patch the gaps with a couple of pistols. Obviously, KC bringing in their first full buy round. A lot of light shields, but that Outlaw is being left on the ground the previous round, so it won't be haunting them coming into the late stages. You see KC grouping up for a C hit, and it looks like Koi have a read. Abez is left behind to cut the rotate, and he does well finding Flya.
Jesus.
That was still one of the pistol players, though, so a decent amount of damage.
Yeah, I mean, that could have gone really wrong.
Of course, the variation for Koi is now not having that Sentinel. A lot of the time, you're going to see that C site become that little bit weaker. Have to put that extra pressure there. You can already look in the tank, just trying to find additional information. That's what's going to play into their hands in this round, if they can find the stack in the right place.
You got to look at the fact that Flya, he didn't die in that first round. He gave his weapon over. It is only a pistol removed, but there was a reason for him to be in those early fights. He wants that breach.
Okay, higher lower though. Higher lower actually might own this.
When it comes to trading blows, it's the weaker weapon.
God, that's incredible, man.
Monster, the man you highlighted, Valwa. He has certainly done his fair share. Sadic's left alone in a 1v3.
Is Sadic not with the pack all the time?
As well. He was waiting for that.
Normally a Prowler owns that.
So that
I know they doesn't have any, but it wasn't even with the team.
Not looking to overextend. He may even try and just take this back to the A site where at least they'll have some freedom to plant.
I think the reason the round has gone the way that it has done is just been Movistar Koi's read. We see that even though
round from
gets a lot of
Sadic.
space
Big round from Sadic.
manages to find the pick and slow down that rotation. They've got that tower set up on C site and a tank rotating through Waterfall really, really quickly after they see the fake pressure from Sadic.
Sadek blinded up. He wanted to get ahead of this play, maybe pick them off, but instead it's the flood back in, and it's even just
They just kind of look easy, man.
With the Sheriff, the human recon, but he ends up being deadly as well. A 3-0 start.
Like that,
yeah,
like a French guy.
It's a
with
very
a
nice start
from
them.
No, there was absolutely no need for that, Tom. But reliving my
You a believer in
nightmares, I'm sure
analytics?
KC will
I
be
mean,
when they
yeah.
look back at this round. It looked like a
Kinda
fight
gotta be.
that they were favored in, but those Bulldogs did so much work.
I think the really key thing is that info that Filu's giving to
Info.
them after they hear the Sadak util towards A on Fade.
Info's
They
a
call
classic.
that it's just one player alone. That's the sort of reaction you want to see. Good stuff, Bambino. From up north.
Wow.
Both in
Filu's
Thompson,
info
Eco.
allows them to over-rotate towards C, and they win the round off of the bat.
Name Nongshim.
KC in a pretty awkward spot.
Francis.
Aves, though, I think when this
Jambi,
team has been truly
RB,
on fire, look like they can beat
Ivy.
anybody. He has been the catalyst. He's been that superstar.
Pleasure. Replace
They're gonna
Margaret
give him
with
the
RB.
Guardian in an attempt to try and do
I
some
can't get the
damage.
coach,
He's
though.
also not
I don't know the
massively
coaches.
far away from his ult, so he can find some damage.
Wait,
in this
are
round.
they the
There
guys
is
that have
still some
Val
potential.
Analysis as their
You
coach?
definitely see the case he wanted to go for a fast
Content
round.
creator.
All 5 players at the barrier, trap
Chobra.
left behind them. This is going to be direct. It's going to be punchy. Filu's already got the read, dodging that
How
first
could you
little bit
forget
of
Chobra?
utility.
Yeah,
Has
6-man
support on the
Chobra.
backside as well. 3 players here. Flya standing by. Stun already burned up, and KC. They'll turn
Ross.
tide. They're not going to go towards this.
Wait,
A
who's
side.
Val
Even
Analysis
moving back
for
to
then?
B, though, they haven't dragged full rotates, and they're being spotted. That gives Filu a pick.
no.
Nice shot from Sadek, but it's the
145.
145.
It's brutal. Even
Uh-oh.
still, though, Elite has
Wait,
got
they're
one
actually in
better,
trouble.
and Flyer on the back of the site has to be incredibly careful. Has some support, though. The
Damn, dude,
bodyguard
the
of
tank. Oh my god, the savior. The savior.
Dangerous there, pal.
Dude, yeah, I'm surprised more of them didn't send it here.
You see KC going straight, going quite hard, but instantly they get stopped by some really good counter util from
He
the
is one
double
of the coaches.
initiators.
Oh, okay.
That's what
Yeah,
we
yeah.
want to see out of Movie Star Koi today. If they're going to stop that over-aggression that you spoke about, Tom, where you can get the Martin, Aves onto the front lines, taking those advantageous fights, and getting them into a really good spot in the round. But so far, Movie Star Koi seem to have the numbers everywhere where they need them to be. And they are absolutely loving the momentum they've got so far.
Well,
Yeah.
it's been great reads, and I think one of the key things. You love to see Batty getting hyped down on that stage. For Koi, it's all about the changes from what we've seen in previous games. In so
The
many
tank
of
was
these
on
previous
Lev, yeah,
engagements, they would have been
for a
on
little
their own.
bit.
They would have been isolated in those battles.
Wasn't
They would have
long.
fallen on the shoulders of individuals. Here, yes, the tank has a great individual round, but at no point is he on his own. He always is a teammate. In fact, he dives in to help out his buddy Flya, who was getting swarmed. And this is what we wanted to see from Koi, because sometimes it's felt like they're a little bit disconnected in their previous matches. Now they're all singing from the same hymn sheet.
And I think that's the most important thing now, is the Carmine core coaching staff have to get their guys onto that same sheet of how are we going to deal with what we're now seeing in front of us. We've played the first 4 rounds. Let's make some adaptations. And we can start to see perhaps some of those adaptations in these coming
Okay.
rounds.
Yeah.
Another
I think
big
also
buy
whenever
rounds.
I see that dimensional drift online for Martin, I want to
It's always going to be something.
take a pause and go like, right, we have 1,500 ideas of what this guy's going to do. I think a lot of the time you'll see him take space towards the B site and just basically cause havoc.
Wait, are we
And
actually
does
sending
seem
it
like
insta swing?
Koi have got the right read here.
Whoa.
They are set up. to try
Drone
pressure
and then stun, swing out.
So far, it's been all about Koi. Good stun
Yeah,
here.
the element flash
Ult's
is
gonna be
good,
used.
though.
Martin keeping himself
Oh,
alive, but it
Martin.
leaves to get to isolated. Sadek at least managing the trade. Can Martin get anything from this? Will he be bailing right back out of here? No, he's playing deep. He's looking for the control at least.
Sure,
He
it
can
creates
get
a
out.
lot of
Decoy
pressure that he
sent
might be
through.
over
They've heard
towards
him
here,
come out
though,
of hold,
so-
but they haven't heard him TP away. Now there's going to be an eye watching the back. Monster split from the fight. And it looks like they
Yeah, the
I thought
pressure's still
conceded the
here.
Space, but he's going to go back and re-clear it. This is valuable map control to have.
Dude, they
when
might
push
they
comes
might
to
miss
shove.
their window. We'll see.
I like the tank actually taking the time just to make sure that, okay, he didn't stick around. He's actually left. And then they've got aggressive control as well, deep over on that A side of the map. So actually a decent amount of information here for Movistar Koi. And they're already wrapping back into that B site.
It's a great read. Aves is ready for that re-push, though, and he'll catch the tank,
Oh.
putting the numbers back in their favor.
Nice stun.
Showstopper dodge. Filu fell right back in the stun.
Dude,
even
still
managed
no
to
plan.
slow Aves down. Still, though, Koi have got the numbers.
Dude, they
and now they've got the
kinda-
plan coming through in a late flank as well from Elite. That could be pivotal.
Kinda a
With
lot
Aves
on site
already
here.
down,
They're not
gonna
really
struggle to keep
prioritizing
these
good
players at bay.
positions.
The flood is already
Yeah, and they
underway,
messed up
and
on
it's
site here.
Filu doubling up his third of the round as the flank finally comes through. But it could be too little too late. He knows with the smoke down, that's going to be stuck. Has to pick up the
kind of insane how many people don't have the good understanding of B off the bombs.
And they'll get a 5th
Wild.
round as a result.
It's a good post-timeout round. Nice and simple, 1-3-1. We're going to go for some aggression in B main, use our util off of our drone. Okay, sure. Filu's hitting a lot of these shots. They're able to close out the rounds quite comfortably.
Damn, bro. He's going to walk over there.
They're looking for them in the server, and so far, KC aren't showing up. But now, let's see what they've got. Things around this fade ult, okay? Things around any of the overnight rounds that might be coming up in the strap hook as well.
Yeah, the worry for me, though, it's like...
Okay, another buy round. They go for the light armors.
Maybe the best start we've seen out of Filu. He's been like a bit of a non-starter in a lot of the maps for Movistar Koi, but if he's on, feeling it like he is on the stage, that retake mostly came down to him individually. This is looking like a very different team. And wow, he's just sending it. He has a lot of support and utility.
No one want to shoot that recon?
But even still, Elite, I was going to say, has managed to stabilize, but then the shock dart finds one as well.
It was the damage done by Filu.
Dude, Recon got double scanned.
Gets too low and he falls to just one. Hunter's Fury online, sent through. They almost managed to catch Fly through it.
Jesus
they will
Christ.
catch the tank. The deep push forces Fly his hand and he falls. That's an advantage. Slipped away and ult committed for it as well. And now Movistar Koi are on the back foot. They continue to snowball into this play. KC, they were on the back foot, especially with the shock dart trade, but now it's Batty G in a 1v3.
Cover going out.
There's always hope.
Belief is everything, I heard.
Yeah, that's what they say.
No way.
They are, but maybe it works sometimes.
Dude, imagine. Once he actually gets his smoke back. Oh, bro. Oh, my God, bro. How? Oh, my God. He won it. No way, dude.
Well,
I've got no idea how he's won this.
Say I told you so.
Oh, what a rebel clutch coming out of Batty G.
That is unbelievable. He's looking the wrong way, coming through the smoke. Isolating the 1v2 backside. That's a little ahead.
Jesus, how have they played it like this?
Kill. And Batty's on his feet. You know, we mentioned that Filu, this could be his best start that he's had, but it's not just about the individual showing up. It's about the fact that the team's looking better. Batty G matching up pound for pound, and now this is not just Filu's, it's not just Batty's
they're just straight up forcing every round now.
A 6-0 commanding lead.
I think coming into this match as well, you'd have talked about the idea that if KC are going to make a run to champs, you want this one to be clean. And not in the other direction.
Are they still using the...
No, but I do know this feeling starting on
that's interesting.
rough on Lotus. A couple of people dominating.
Yeah, did you start
he nicked it from his old team. It's so funny. Brings out the cage camera to try to get info over towards C. So you don't have to use any other util. Bro. Why does it feel like everyone has like an extra 2 seconds to try and aim at the moment? What's going on?
From his perspective, and for Koi, they've got to be laughing. That's the economy in the bin for KC.
You know what's crazy? Like I think almost every week that I've ever seen Uri, who's one of the Spanish casters, he goes, "I've predicted Koi to win this week," and I've gone, "Good one, Uri. That's nice. Thanks for sharing." It's looking all right now.
It's looking crazy good. They might 13-0 them. It looks insanely one-sided.
We've seen it time and time
again. Dude, K-Cop's mentally boomed already. We're 7 rounds in. Why are some of the Angels so off?
Albeit KC seems to be looking to make the most of B-Main.
You know what's nice to know? Pow only starts getting worried when he's 7-0 down. That's a confident coach.
Yeah, but it's the thing that
Jesus,
you start to get
bro.
worried about is when you see little rounds like that where individually the players are not competing at the same level as you would expect them to. Where you start to realize it's a little bit more psychological and not so much about the quality of what they can deliver in the server.
And what do you do in that moment?
Get Nats to give you a speech, apparently. Get Yampy to start barking. He's good at that as well.
I heard he learnt it all from you.
Did you?
Yeah.
I need to find who's telling you these sort of things, Tom.
If Koi 13-0, will you give us one?
Absolutely.
Oh, come on. They win the series, their first win.
Back-to-back 13-0.
Doesn't make me feel any better.
We'll find a way. We'll find a way. Oh, KC, it's an awful start here.
God, it's so rough right now.
See a pause out of Pal before the 7-0 mark in future.
What's the plan? Split B?
You never know. I am expecting possibly a second one out of Carmine Core.
I mean, they're gonna get the plant.
See how they get on it.
Kind of. I'm not even sure they get the plant here. I'm looking at the Breach util. I'm looking at the Viper util.
Rotation of their key power ults, their Raze ult, their Yoru ult coming into play. Perhaps they'll use the time to cook something up with them.
I love the idea from Koi here to stay
just
so
let
far
them,
back. I mean, look at the control they've
last
given
time
up.
they
They're
don't
not fighting
prioritize
for
the
that
right
A
points,
space.
but
They're
on
not
this one they
fighting
go
for
worst
B
guns,
either. They'll
so
allow
they
them to
might try and
go
get
for the time.
proactive.
Confident in the retakes. If they get a foothold, Viper's pit, but you're up against pistols. All you got to do is concede that space, play those individual fights, and they're splitting up. They're going in for this play towards the door. The stun was there, but Elite is there as well. He's found two, isolating the battles one at a time, and although Fly's flash was fading, he's the last man standing.
I mean, nice shots. It's nice shots.
Deal with this wonderfully.
I'm fine with a 7-1, but I'm so confused, man.
Avoiding any of those early fights
what's the breach?
But they didn't find anything on the retake.
A pay save card Thrifty as well to get it over the line. It took quite a bit for them to find it, and I do feel like one of the glimmers that have been there for KC has been Elite.
This is the round they win. I mean, they won this one because Koi messed up as well, to be fair.
3 opening picks. It's more so the fact that we haven't seen too much so
That's what you mean.
from the Lexus who gets Susanna.
What do you mean, mate?
Who, well, at least 2 of those you expect to be getting a lot of frags every game.
Of course, Sadek's always one of them.
Which one isn't? Nah, that backfired, didn't it? They didn't play early. An early Viper's pit as well. Being thrown in.
Yeah, they set them up over towards A, insta ult. How wrecked are they if the money goes? Not that much, because they got so many upgrades last round.
But it kind of needs to be now.
Yeah, nice simple round out of Movistar Koi. Lock down that C site, prevent any early over-aggression, and just fight for the A space. Pick up that orb, get that Rolling Thunder online. Now you've got somewhere to use it.
There was a stat earlier about Koi's retakes. They haven't been great. We saw in the previous, up against the Pistols even, they managed to falter. Perhaps confident that they can get it done. Rolling Thunder through. It's a deep play from Sagetsu.
Never seen a round like this one. Never seen a round like this. This is a brand new one.
With the defenders, and Sagetsu holds that space.
We're somehow splitting A from spawn and from both spawns.
Still maintaining this control towards Rubble.
That's the problem. They don't actually have a way to cross. They're going to need to fight back into these players, and it seems like the pause from Movistar Koi could actually work out for them. Just patient play, 20 seconds now, and they are losing every single fight. It was looking so good for them, but now the remaining 2. 15 seconds to try and run in, and Bilu is just an unstoppable force. Elite, last man standing, and well, at this stage, there is no hope.
Jesus, dude, what's going on, man?
Well, the building blocks.
Wow, how is it a 3-2 split?
Being on the wrong player.
How did it end in a 3-2 split?
Really utilizing both of their key big power ults in that round. They've got the round that matters. However, now it does leave a little bit of room open for Carmine Core to actually start to use some of theirs. Raze ult, Yoru ult, Fade ult coming out to potentially get themselves at least.
Yeah, I mean, this is the big round.
The worry though is that I feel like the ults played very little part in that round. Like you had the B site taken, Rolling Thunder was huge. They managed to reposition to get out of there. And then even when those ults were off the board,
double timeout. I can't really blame them. They got to start winning this round because they got.
Simple plan from Movistar Koi.
Dude, they don't even get their ults, man. They can't even get their ults.
But actually, KC
no, they're in so much trouble.
Really, really well. I think the reactive from the shadows
loving it, bro.
In towards spawn was really, really nice. It opened up that space. It gave that info for the rest of the push to come through the site. That is a very emotional timeout for someone that's going to be this far in the lead.
Yeah, this is their timeout as well. Movistar Koi are the ones calling it in such a stark lead. As well, you look at how that previous round played out with the fact that KC had the right idea when they got to A. At least in my opinion, they go towards the door with the 2 players. They decide, okay, we're probably gonna have to
sometimes,
fight for space to get that spike across.
Especially in stage 2 EMEA, we have these mad games, man. We have these mad games where there's just so much crazy stuff going on.
It's a very, very rare thing to see, calling a timeout when you're this far ahead. But I think it's something.
Koi did not win any of their 7 retakes in their last Lotus
game. The last 3 rounds to keep themselves this far ahead.
Early stuns again. Aves has managed to get past it, and the reveal was solid, but even still, the trades are
Flyer,
good.
That's so insane from you.
From Flyer hasn't worked out in their favor.
I mean, I guess he's 8-1 up.
You kind of expect KC to slow down a little. You've already got the advantage. You still have a couple of Prowlers to play with. There's plenty to be able to clear.
I know exactly.
Wow. His spot's no longer that valuable.
And no element of surprise. Spams in the cage, not working out either, and they're going to push into that space. They think they've sensed the weakness, and the jump peek across opens the door for Sadek. Now the retake for Movistar Koi, something that, as the stat just said, they won none.
Does it mean that EMEA level is poor? I mean, some of the stuff we see is pretty low level.
They've got the credits to
For where we're at in the year, yeah.
In the 2v4,
but it's not too many
KC,
teams.
No space on this side. Monster's already called for that rotate, for that save towards the C site.
Taco Cats with the Prime. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you.
The thing that I'm looking at now
Thanks
is
for the
can
Prime, mate.
Martin get one more pick and get himself and his team 3 key ults going into this penultimate round. If they can be given the chance to cook something up, possibly in that timeout that Eng was given as well, it could be a very nice little finish for the round.
Do you think Martin looks comfy on Yoru? His Yoru's looked great in the past, but he's had way more setup. When it's like double duelist now, I don't know, it doesn't look like he really looks comfy in the double duelist.
I wonder if that was actually the read in the previous round, was just like, okay, let's have the operator to try and
which is weird, because he should have more freedom.
And this is where the mind games start to come in. Post timeout, we've seen KC go very straight, very hard, very fast towards A. Now they're one off of Martin's ult. Are they going to do the same again? Looks like they are, but Koi still have to be worried about that chance that they do it towards C instead.
Okay, with that round though, they can definitely get 4.
So that seems to be the point.
Where's Filu's up?
Filu and the operator. Not so much of a challenge on this A side of the map, so it does mean that Koi are going to have to try and retake some of that control, and that's where Filu comes in once again.
Viper wall goes down just as Filu fills the space. No smoke for him just yet. He's not going to be breaking that Prowler. It's left to a teammate. He doesn't
good
want
understanding
to
that the person it attached to didn't shoot it, so you know the op's there.
Safe in the rotate back. Although one player's pushing up towards B, that'll just be a late embed from Elite. Maybe even a play towards the door. The plan here is to take that C space where Monster before had an off, this time just with a rifle in hand. Still has that snake bite, good ability to delay, and that might be needed considering how far away.
Okay, full map control. What's the play? Dude, honestly, that might be enough.
At least initially was on the other side of the
map,
map,
you might have done enough to keep people on A here. Just from that one recon. Yoru goes in and it's a B split.
Yeah, nice.
This is actually nice.
This is what Martin loves to do. Get in behind.
That fatal.
Extra little bit of information. Ults being expended immediately, and well, to be fair, all 3 have gone, and what they've gained.
Dude, this was by far Keiko's best round.
Back into Sugetsu. This is now becoming difficult.
And they're prioritizing the right position as well. At least one person here.
Easier for the remaining players that they still have a lot of ground to try and pick back up. Monster would have to win this fight and clean it. You know what he does? I think Elite swapping between weapons. It didn't look like he was ready for it. It won't matter in the end, though. It's all left on to Monster.
If Sadek lost that duel,
and it seems like he's maybe going to try and bait the save of the gun. He still has credits to spare, but ultimately, it is going to be that 3rd round for KC.
That is a lovely round. The fact that we get that early insert towards A after the A default, then they cancel, come back straight towards C, have another insert.
It took all 3 ults? Yeah, it did, but I mean, they had to try and get some more on the board.
And their ult advantage in the round to pass through more lanes than normal to split that B site and still have that late lurk towards A to cut the retakes off. It's fantastic. At that point, as we saw, Movistar Koi can't do much. They haven't got enough space.
Yeah, no, it was by far their best round.
Again without 3 ults.
No.
That's also true, yeah.
One, but they only need one more round.
They can do the first
little bit of
30 seconds though the same.
Going into that second half.
Yeah, an 8-4 half still possible. That operator recovered from the corpse of Filu by Sugetsu. He's given it over to Avez, and it's going to be used for this early fight, the C space that haven't really looked for.
Yeah, they know they go aggro over towards A.
Spikes alone.
Yeah.
Taking a bit of a fight, but
they
Sadek
get
gets
a
out
fair
of
amount of info.
As well. It's the fight towards this C site that really matters, and for Batty G.
Damn, they're going 3-person push. And Spike's here.
Wide on the angle. Oh, goodness. The smoke down.
Mate, what have you just done with the spike?
Push up on a wonderful bit of aggression from Movistar Koi, and as you said, they've spotted the spike. More importantly, they know that at least the initial plan was to go
can't even. I can't even...
Of an unusual drone spot. He knows they're in the spawn. Now they're going to re-aggress. I love this. Movistar Koi have been
after hearing a breach flash,
re-aggressing around the map, taking space away from their opponents and having the drop on them the majority of the time. There is nothing to really spot them on that flank. Unless Sugatsu decides to wrap back around, they could be in some real trouble here.
They'll be kicking themselves.
Not mad about that. It was awful,
but he didn't
bro.
put it down. That's cost Avez's life. One player, and that's enough for Koi. They're happy with what they've gotten out of this situation. The late play, look where Sugetsu is, other side of the map. They're split up. Filu on low HP. The fight on C. Oh, Filu takes
Sugetsu,
down.
mate. And I get you having a 1v1, but you gotta go help your team out.
No monster was around here. And they're certainly conscious that they don't have main control, but Sugetsu wasn't. He goes walking in, and it's Monster to drop him. A 3v2, the retakes from Koi, we saw it. They haven't been great. Nothing to really help them out on this one, and Batty G, when he steps back in here, he doesn't know his paranoia hasn't hit. Martine punishes. They're fading away. The time ticking. They've at least got boots on the ground.
Better chances that KC have had an attack.
Bro's just sticking it. Bro's just sticking it. Bro's just sticking it, man. That was sick.
For KC, Movistar Koi will steal them away, and they're going to come out with a
disastrous round from K-Corp. I can't believe what I'm watching in some of these rounds. Bro, you hear the flash and you re-peek back with the spike. Madness.
After the break.
And then the comms didn't... They didn't come the guy over towards B main.
One enemy remaining.
EMV getting a video ready. Dude, do you know what's mad? Is I've seen that one comment for every single EMEA game this week. That does not bode well. Been a different person every single time. Been an influx of videos, man. I've seen it for every single game. You're not sure that they saw they didn't even need to see Monster, right? Because it's like they don't have that bit of map control and didn't have vision on there for about 40 seconds. How are they just meant to think that it's... Why do they just think that it's clear? TMV's getting a movie ready, yeah. No, he actually could, man. All of the EMEA games rolled into one.
Koi to kick us off here, Pal and Tom. And of course, Pal, you're here with us. It's been a pleasure running through this with you. We wanted to introduce the fans at home to you. So we got a couple of fun facts
Greg.
about our co-caster, Pal.
Spent a lot of time in a bath.
Greg.
Okay.
Greg. I've heard that you
Live in the
spent a
spa
lot of
life.
time
He's
in a
Scottish. He once participated in a Twitch dating show.
You might not know that.
Surprise a lot
Did he
of
win
people.
or?
Someone told me you once participated in a Twitch dating show. I don't know where that came from.
Man.
He commissions fan edits of himself. That's an interesting one.
Favorite song is Boyfriend by Justin Bieber.
I don't know who put that one in. That
I don't think I'll be able to
definitely
know what
wasn't
this
me,
is.
Genuinely.
Well, I
Should
don't
I know
think
what this
any of
is?
those would be on people's bingo cards.
I know who he is. I don't think
and
I know the
wasn't
song.
on mine for how today was going to go. I think actually the production need to fact check a lot of those. Not the actually Scottish one.
It's an old song.
How many people will call me a fraud? The rest perhaps need to be questioned.
Have you spent a lot of time in a bath?
A place, yeah, a place called a bath. Normally prefer a shower myself, but you know.
You're welcome.
That's all right, not a problem.
Well, that's our coach.
Show my age, dude. I don't know. I know Baby. That's about it. Was it before or after that?
With us. It's been a fun first half, but plenty more Valorant about to get underway. 9 rounds when we left you, and it's Movistar Koi who have had command of that first half, but we had a wee resurgence towards the end of that half.
After? Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that.
Let's see if they can turn it into something else.
Okay, who won pistol? Koi obviously won pistol.
That was it. Don't worry.
Jesus. Whoa, 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 sheriffs.
Oh, there you go. Blink and you miss it. It's not quite the fastest pistol of all time. Damn, the tank surviving too long. We'll see if he can do any extra damage, maybe earn a few extra orbs, but we've already seen last time
imagine
this
it.
was played.
Just imagine it. Okay,
okay,
who's believing? What's their comp? Their comp is good on defense. Wait, the comp is really good on defense.
This is exactly what you want to see. Coming
Actually,
into this second half, you know you're down, but you've got that bravery
I might be on board
to go
here.
out there, stick together, and just hit those shots when it counts. That's what you're looking for in a coach.
Let's go.
Aves is exactly right. That's what they needed. Now time to go and make the most of it. Don't lose an anti-eco now.
Little rough on their buy.
How important is it really when you're at this kind of a deficit to have that pistol round under your belt, to have those quick fights? You think that's going to boost the morale for the boys?
Yeah, absolutely. The more that you can speed yourselves up into that regaining of momentum, the better it's going to be. The longer time the rounds go on for, the more it's drawn out, the more you leave time to question yourself. Is it possible? Are we doing the right thing? Are we just going to win a couple of rounds and then we're going to let it slip and go away at the end? But the pistol's a massive one. It gets the economy going, gets the ults going. That's what you're going to start with if you want some sort of comeback.
Something I want to ask. So you're looking at, obviously, we spoke
Yeah,
about
that's actually a good point. Where's
Fio?
Fio?
Being more aggressive, having that potential to challenge. What do you think of it for the attack?
I think it should be stronger theoretically on the attack side. Purely for the fact that, okay,
oh my god,
looking at how much utility they have to be able to just dump on the side, it's not made much of a difference this round as KC just clean
he's touching grass.
but monster up.
He's got his favorite team.
Against a comp where you've got Aves and Martin running that double duelist, should have a lot more utility to win those fights, to push these key players.
And this is a very good bonus. Very, very good bonus.
Scale in behind, and at that point, you've got much better positions.
Would you prefer in this map's overall fade? Like a fade. I think in pro play fade is just better at the moment.
Work with those in the past. He's had some really impressive weeks. Looking at the start of stage 2 here, you think back to the Sunset where he was really making a name for himself.
Week he was insane. Yeah, it's all you need. Just look at the stats.
Especially with your meta.
Much more. He's getting more than a kill per round. He's getting 260 plus ACS. Like, the guy had an incredible week. He's had a slow start today, but that doesn't mean anything. There's a lot more rounds to come.
Won't last long. Definitely one of the players you look to as they make this climb back. Bonus round for KC strong. They bought up a Vandal as well, but it's the Outlaw to open things up. A double to start. They're trading it back, and Aves is now taking them
big jewel over towards A as well. Okay, I mean everyone won their jewels. Dude, this is definitely on, by the way. This is for sure on. 3 people surviving as well. They got money.
You mentioned it. Putting the utility in to make things more awkward. Initially, it did look more awkward. Then the util wore up, and they just all swung at once.
And that's the thing.
Bro, they back-to-back played this pause.
And actually getting your duelist in behind it, then you giving KC all of the space to get Martin, to get Sadak, to get Aves in behind that util. He is so
they're feeling it.
Exactly what you want to see from one of your teammates.
Force him down to an eco. Double attack shorty.
Aves on his feet.
Shock to break the trip, it's close.
Back in their favor. A 3-round gap facing
That's a big nade.
Here as well. The Outlaw as dangerous as ever. Great nade too from Aves. That's doing a lot of damage, as is the spam afterwards. And they're ready for that.
Really nice. Oh man, their money's good, dude. Their money's really good.
And in zone flawless, and now the gap is down to just 2.
Credits through the roof as well. Like, as dream starts go, this is about as good as it gets. 4-0 up. You're coming in with an ultimate ready for Martin as well with the Dimension Drift. 1 away from a showstopper. Your double duelist both popping off the second this second half begins. And on the other side, okay, Natank's almost got the Hunter's Fury, but it's very situational.
Big buy, dude, big buy round for Koi, and they don't call a timeout. Martin gets op.
Into round 17. Double digits still.
The fact that he gets the op though makes me.
Now they've got a full buy. Batty G, good for 2. That aggression. It looked like they put the pieces together, but they didn't clear the close corner. Martin, he's made
Jesus,
it up,
can't believe he hit that.
Not quite able to follow him. The gate crash.
A sacrifice was made.
That's twice he's done that.
Yeah.
Did it Sugetsu and B main earlier.
Outside B. Outside that broken door, he's leaving his teammates. But can he recover the round in the end? That op can
Yeah,
still
I
be
mean,
a thorn in their side.
Elite has to
Elite
win this
gets
duel.
Control, then it becomes very difficult for the players on site. But Monster stops
It was such a weird way of handling that duel for Monster, but
switch now to a save for Martin. It's a big gun.
He legged him.
he legged him.
The shot hit. He's sticking around, but finally he'll be bailing.
But he
out to
should
carry this weapon
keep
forward.
going for. They have so much money. I get
Good
that
response,
saving the
but
op
I
is good,
also
but he should
feel
at
like
least
that
try
was
and
maybe
get
just
one.
a bit of an overextension. The angle close.
Does he
not
consider
clear.
A?
I think giving that
Does he?
initial double over
Okay.
BaliG, and while in the end Monster's even there to
He'll take
clean
that.
up the remaining
Big ults
pieces.
at the
It's
moment.
not gonna do
Big
too much
ults.
damage.
Omen,
KC is still
Sova,
very comfortably
against
able
a
to buy into
Yoru
this
Raze.
next round, and the ults weren't used, so I don't think it's too much of a problem. But I don't think that this is going to happen again.
Sometimes you just got to make your play, right?
Yeah, instant check.
BaliG certainly did. Hit by the paranoia, goes deep, and it caught them off guard. They didn't expect such a risky maneuver. Monster does very well to clean up, even finding that last kill that removes the op, and it means a big reinvestment if KC wanted in this round, which clearly they do.
How big of a buff would op one-shotting to the leg be? Ah, dude.
Again, in terms
You
of
just don't want to see it, man. We gotta have some skill left in this game, I beg.
For what we saw in some of the early rounds, he's just sent it again.
Jesus, nice shots. Omenal over towards site.
Full force of the squad are on the other side. That one became a little bit easier for Koi.
And now it gets weird.
It is, it's Monster that's stepping up and really making his impact count.
Who highlighted him earlier on?
Someone doesn't know what they're talking about.
Oh, okay, good. So it wasn't me.
It was a lucky guess. I'll chalk it down to that. You know, he has very much come into his own. These last two
Yeah,
rounds
just straight up
especially.
saving. I mean, Koi will take this. We're going to be at the point where everyone's money is great.
They now take one step closer to
Pretty good
ultimate victory
money.
on their map pick for KC.
And then insane
Saving
amounts of
these
money.
weapons, the name of the game. They can't risk losing that off. It won't be there for the next. Sagetsu's got a lot of credits, but spreading them around and putting it all into just one round might not be the way to go. I like the call for the reset. But Movistar Koi now just 2 away from closing out the map.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised with how committed Sugetsu was to that initial fight. Like that was him.
These rounds are Angels.
The
A fair amount of them.
utility, and while the
Some of them has been
upstairs,
about like
Elite
map control
on the
and
other
ults.
side was Monster, who has been having a pretty impressive game so far.
Yeah, this is a guy, as we said, coming up from the tier 2. He's done his time. This is his moment in the spotlight. And on another Spanish team as well. He's been around Giants, Heretics, Viva España. And of course, winning East twice. He certainly had his accolades before, but now rising from that academy team onto the main roster. Looking to find this map win and maybe their first series win of stage 2.
I wonder if we told him that he was on camera that whole time, if he kept doing what he said. No, he's someone I think that many who have seen him within the tier 2, especially when he was on the likes of Ascend, were sort of expecting him to be in tier 1
I mean,
for a
he's
while.
been
Like,
he's
it
been good,
wasn't
man.
someone, especially when, I think it was when they finished
been good
like
for
third
years.
at Ascension.
Yep.
The fact that he didn't get that move up was a massive
How's the
surprise.
VFL looking?
Yeah, let's be fair, a lot of respect to him for
It's a great
choosing
question. I think
perhaps
I've only
some
had
of the
2
more
players
important things
playing.
in life than
We can have a
being
look
part
while
of
we're in the tech
competitive
floors.
esports teams, but getting
No
those
such thing.
priorities out
I
of the
got
way. And now, still
20
trusting
points,
himself
just
when he does
Trex
get
and
that final
Patties, the only one that's
opportunity,
played.
he can
12 and
actually
8.
deliver when it counts.
I can't be angry at that.
And he likes to sing.
And he likes to sing.
karaoke.
I've heard you like to sing as well.
Give us one, pal. Bring us into the round. With a sonnet.
Let's not break the stream.
You're no Gurney Halleck, are you?
This goes here. This is a nice spot.
Who told you I can sing then?
Do we play a lot against
And how
Eng
much
back
do
in
you
the
enjoy
days?
that
Bro, Eng delivered me the most brutal loss I've had in
Just,
Valorant, mate.
Still good for the night. Well, nonetheless,
We,
saved by the game.
We had an elimination game.
Gonna be some early
Loser,
utility in the
winner
right
goes to
screen.
Berlin, second Masters, and winner goes to Berlin. And then it went overtime, and we lost one chance, I think, and that's lucked on us. But we had like 6 rounds in a row. It was a crazy game, man. At least they won the event after, but
Not going to be as empty as maybe they'd hoped.
It's still
if they had to
gunning.
hit this site.
it was like double overtime, maybe
Clearing those
triple.
corners, catching a tag as well. Fielu, he's going to be caught up, but the tank manages to trade it out. Monster taking advantage of the space. He almost caught one off, but there's so many bodies on this site. Movistar Koi still
Joe.
managing to keep it even. Steven for now.
Ooh,
but
nice
they're
kill,
pushed out.
bro.
The name stops re-aggression, and the kill from Aves goes untraded. KC 3 versus 2. Martin
You
with
gave
the
him a
dimensional drift, but they
0.2.
need that info later. they may well do is.
Wait, you guys weren't at Berlin either, Mini, right?
This stage, a freeze for now, but only 40 seconds on the clock.
You guys losing qualifiers as well?
Martin just ults just to check. This is a crunch round for them. Well, never mind. The swing into the double setup. We've seen that one before. And leaving the tank on such low HP. It would be one for the ages, but...
You guys didn't even qualify to the qualifiers? You didn't even qualify to the qualifiers? What the? Mate, who did you lose to?
A pretty useful setup for anyone that wants a little bit of just coordination. Get someone standing, some sort of box, get someone crouching below.
Okay, looks good.
Should be job
Good lineup.
One person swinging off of their contact as well. Nice. Simple stuff being delivered in moments of pressure where they're still behind. That's
a lineup.
That's a lineup of all
Note
time.
that one down, pal.
Yeah, I will.
See that on your next Lotus.
Yampy.
You lost to Giants to me? Oh, you lost to me then? Damn, big game, dude. We had a one-map veto advantage in lower bracket. What's that about?
This was a great read by them. They had so many players, 4 players here. By the time
Why is that a thing?
Movistar Koi came to push it into the site, and you could see that there were opportunities there for players. Oh, come on now.
Well, it just felt a little slow. I think that was it. The initial fake that they threw in on the A site worked. It held 4 players there, but then they were just a little bit slow to get into the C site. And by that point, especially...
Ooh.
Huh. Well, he's got the info.
That was a very bold call.
Info acquired. Problem is, the man advantage is acquired by their opponents. Movistar Koi, well, they have to feel like they were gifted that opening duel.
Yeah.
I like this re-clear from them, though.
Don't really get, I would say 4 rounds from Sadak now that I've got a question. I think we're up to 4. We're almost moving on to the second hand in terms of counting.
Right, they contact straight through, they can make the read, and now we start to see those rotations coming in.
I think maybe Sadak has picked up one of Scream's
Info initiator, yeah, he's trying to get the info, but not in the way I would like him to.
Still, hey, there was that one that distracted Red Gun, never forget. C-site completely open.
Doesn't take much, the crazy comment.
On beat. It will give them
He slipped that one in there. We thought we weren't going to hear it.
Allows for a retake, but just look at the post-plant utility, or more so the ultimates. You can already throw in a Viper's Pit if you desire, Rolling Thunder to slow them down, and well, I don't think they're going to need it at this stage. Already another and another falling. Filu is having a field day, and a 12th round is all but guaranteed.
Martin has no chance of taking this one across the line, and a glance at the credits shows some players low. He's got 4K in the back pocket. Saving this guarantees an easy drop onto Sadak, opens up an option for them to take an off into the next. Stick around to try and make it costly. The save should be gifted to him.
What I want to see out of Martin now, if I'm honest, is trying to counter this Viper Wall usage towards A from Koi. They're playing very, very straight, but at the same time, KC are trying to fight that just as packed. Doing like they do on their attack side, getting the Yoru, getting the Raze in there. Actually using
Sadak, yeah, dude, it's true.
Martin,
he's doing some mad stuff.
The other side of the Viper util, so you don't have to do this, Sadak, would actually...
But why?
Hello.
Like, what'd you get on the back of it?
Your side of the Viper Wall if you can. Keep that information.
Gonna fade.
If we win rounds, we can have momentum, guys. Okay?
Yeah.
That is true.
That is true. He's not. You can't say he's not wrong.
If you lose rounds, the other team has momentum.
Four.
If you're peeking off with a haunt in your hand,
you're probably gonna.
Four. Where's the Yoru TP going?
They change it up and start to get a bit more space towards C.
Yoru TP. Do they not use their Yoru TP for like fast rotates?
We're gonna see that C site push up. Tongue. We're gonna get a little bit of information, but the
whoa! Look at him go! Big flash! Big flash! Oh, there's so much going on.
Operator waiting on the other side, but the flash is sublime, and the follow-up utility makes it incredibly awkward for those Koi players to fight. And I like the immediate fallback from KC.
Flash and a Prowler. He had no chance. Now the options for Koi seem limited, and it looks like a split into B is where they're going to take this.
You're saying he is wrong? Wait, did I double negative it?
Move towards the door already in case
yeah, I think I might have.
Conceding the space entirely, and it's no surprise. Take a look at the old sim play.
Ali got one. I thought he was losing that Joe as well.
As long as they don't lose a player with it, they'll be in a 5v2, as I was going to say. Retake, and of course they have the Nightfall if needed. So even with that pick, I mean, the advantages have just come.
It's a 2v5.
They've got full control.
Koi just needs to savor their ults.
To try to turn the tide back in their favor.
Look at the double up.
Good
They're
stun.
expecting to go
Oh,
through,
they
and
just
even with
beat
the
it.
stun, it couldn't quite catch everybody. Fly up.
30 seconds left.
Well, it'd be one of the greatest clutches we've ever seen. Gonna hazard a guess that it won't be, and especially with 12 rounds on the board. The
They're on the
opposing
corner,
side
though.
being
Ah, okay.
incredibly
It's unlucky.
careful. It is gonna be
Okay, we'll keep the countdown going. 3.
This is bread and butter KC defense. We've seen this as far back as them playing Split last year in kickoff with a double duelist. They will take the fights all together.
Ooh, there's a nice
in the early
flash.
round. Here, the Prowler, the flash off the back of it. They've got good players in positions to be able to hit their shots when it counts. And then they group once they have that advantage. They give a space away so that they can maintain that player advantage, because they value that way more than just simply holding onto the space and putting individual players at more risk. So now, what we need to see out of Movistar Koi is, okay, how do we potentially bait those fights? How do we bait those overcommits from KC on their defense, and then be able to reactively play away from that into the space that they're then going to give us?
It's a nice timeout.
and an in-zone flawless as well for KC on the other side. It's going to be
Give them one chance to try to end it on their own.
Okay,
They got a lot of ults they should be talking about.
From Movistar Koi, like we've lost a round dominantly.
They're
Let's
up against
take
a lot of
pause,
ults.
let's slow it down, because you have to bear in mind they were in an incredibly good position early on, and it has been a slow fight back in the second half from KC.
Yeah, I think it's always that question.
Man, Sage looks so tired, bro. He's put in hours.
Nice and simple. Don't overcomplicate stuff. Don't try and find the genius solution. You've got a Viper's Pit. You've got a Rolling Thunder. You can combine them plus maybe a third ult in one of your rounds, and that will get you across the line.
So I have a question. So take yesterday.
Yes,
when
that's
your
what they should have done.
opponent called a pause,
Yeah.
is that in your head? Are you going, we got it? Like, is there a part of you that goes like,
Like
now
1.5 is that
It's-
comment.
Yes and no. It depends on the coaching staff on the other side and how
Okay,
much you-
So
3 chances left. A lot of ults again. Do they keep it simple, focus on their own ults? Viper ult is pretty good against
Movistar
a lot of
Koi
these.
started
It's the
out
one
this
that kind of
map
owns it.
setting the tempo, but it's KC finding their own rhythm. 3 rounds in a row.
Oh, they keep it real simple. They're going straight away. Ult for ult. A lot of distraction over towards B, and they take all the space over towards A. Oh my god, it's a bit of a masterclass right now. They're actually out of position. Do they realize how much they've owned it? Probably not.
A retake may be needed at this point. They've got Martine to be the human recon drone, and they'll be popping that
Okay,
dimensional
fast
grip for that
floods.
exact purpose.
1, 2, 3,
Makes
4,
things more awkward
5. He
in
spotted
terms
all
that
of them.
Viper's Pit. They want to try and get into the post plant over on the attack side. The jump down though from Sanak's core, but Elite is there. The trade's looking incredibly good for Movistar Koi with Sugetsu still deep within enemy lines. Martine realizing he needs to try and move on this, but instead will look for a gap elsewhere, wrapping around the edge. It's going to be revealed by the dart. There's not too many places he could be. He wins that first, and now left down to just one. Monster has to try and retrieve the spike. That's a bigger issue. It's now
Damn, big crouch again. Big crouch, great swing. Dude, this was a nice round from them, to be honest. They kind of owned it. Some of the Euro, dude, some of the ults in general from K-Pop. I mean, some of the rounds in general for K-Pop as well, to be honest.
Everybody having their fair share.
Activate second graphic.
Dude, they could use the Euro so much better than they do on this map.
Let's see if Movistar Koi can keep it up. We'll be back.